SummerSlam way, 2026. They have secured things August 1st, August 2nd at US Bank Stadium. So Minneapolis getting this is your consolation prize for not getting WrestleMania next year. Instead, you can wait 2 years to get 2 nights of SummerSlam as it expands to multiple nights. Interesting questions here. This was in the press release. They did note that they are working with the Minnesota Sports and Events outlet in Minneapolis. So read that as a site fee that is coming with this. And Brandon Ross from Lightshed Partners reporting that we believe that the Minneapolis deal is for healthy 7 figures. We expect the site fee for Vegas to exceed the Minneapolis deal. That's from Lightshed Partners. And we actually know from the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority that they are sponsoring WrestleMania for $5 million, which, based on the wording, could be a combination of site fee and maybe some discounts that they're receiving. But $5 million is what is tacked on for WrestleMania next year. And that would be above. So let's just assume it's $3 or $4 million that Minneapolis is paying for 2 nights of WrestleMania. I almost wonder, like, this is 2 years away, where I only see some of these site fees increasing. I wonder if Minneapolis got this for a bargain for 2 nights at, roughly under $2.5 million per night for the show. But what are your thoughts on 2 nights of SummerSlam and planning it so far in advance? This is not next year's SummerSlam. This is 2 years from now.
Yeah. I somewhat peculiar, just the entire conversation of Minneapolis and their relationship with the WWE in this particular round of negotiation. Perhaps part of the announcement is the fact that they simply have an announcement to make this early in advance, because initially WrestleMania was supposed to be the event, and obviously that didn't go that way. So how would you like SummerSlam?
Does this suggest that SummerSlam next year is already earmarked for a location?
Yes. Wouldn't you say so?
I could see that happening unless there was some conflict with Minneapolis. But I'm interested to see if you're already of the mindset of going to 2 nights of SummerSlam. Do you have to wait till 2026? Are they going to go to 2 nights in 2025? Like, why wait? I think they can support it. And especially if you can. And clearly we know that Saudi Arabia is interested in events. So that has to be a possibility in there too.
Well, what reason could there be that this isn't happening in 2025 in Minnesota?
We don't know. I would think that if you're already committing in 2026 to expanding I think it all comes down to, if we're going to stage a second show, let's get what we can out of it in terms of a site fee. Like, we want to be compensated.
I think TKO would do it this year if they could, expand SummerSlam to 2 nights and make some extra money. Like, if there was a deal that they could make, in place.
That's it. I think they're not just, I don't think they're just voluntarily doing it just for another extra night of a live gate. I think they want to be able to say, hey, we're doing more for you by doing this second night than you're doing for us. At least that's going to be the pitch. And yeah, it'll be noteworthy to see if they end up moving it to 2 nights. But I mean, this is where things are expanding. And I think if they can find, go to the right location and they can spread things over 2 nights. I mean, this is not that foreign. It's a completely different universe. But I mean, that's what New Japan does with all of its shows. It's usually go in, it's one night, like a new beginning that's tacked into 2 nights. Like, they've been doing that forever, but on a really, really smaller scale.
I'm almost a little surprised that this hasn't really been maybe a topic of speculation, from anybody about them expanding a SummerSlam or Royal Rumble to 2 nights.
I brought it up this year with the Rumble. Like, the Rumble is tailor-made to do 2 nights now that you have both Rumbles. I could totally see the Rumble becoming a Saturday-Sunday combo at some point. I think all this stuff is going to be on the table. Like, if a city is willing to spend a couple $1 million, which, if this is the going rate, like say $4 million, yeah, we'll do 2 nights. And you can tack on SmackDown, you can tack on Raw. Like, we can have as flexible of a package to bring to you in terms of events for tourists.
As long as this company is this hot, I mean, it seems like this is really the time if you're going to be expanding, anything. And TKO, we at this point really do have a great sense that anything that they can make more money on, they will entertain.